Question 8. The endpoints of the diameter of a circle are -1, 1 and 5, 9. 8a. What are the coordinates of the radius of the circle? 8b. The value of the radius of the circle is dash units. You might at first view be confused about this question. First, you have to comprehend this question. You have to be able to tell the topic the question is from. And when you see the word coordinates, then you know you are dealing with graph. And you also have 1, 1 and 5, 9. Those are the endpoints of the diameter of a circle. Let's say you have your circle. This is the diameter. And when it's on the graph, these are the endpoints. Let's say this is A, endpoint A and endpoint B. What it's saying is, for A, you can have it as -1, 1 on the graph. That's when x is -1, y is 1. And for the B, you can have it as 5, 9. That's when x is 5, y is 9. We're dealing with a straight line. The diameter is a straight line. So the focus is not on the circle, but on the straight line. I know the part A of the question says, find the coordinates of the radius of the circle. The radius of the circle is in the middle. If AB is the diameter, the radius is in the middle. So we've been asked to find the coordinates of the radius. That's the x and y coordinates, or we can say the x and y value of the radius. This is a straight line, and this can also be represented on the graph like this. Let's say we have our y-axis and our x-axis. A sketch might help you really understand. The x coordinate of point A is -1. The y coordinate of point A is 1. So we go to when x is -1, y is 1. So let's take this as our point of x is -1 and take this as our point of y is 1. So we trace the point. The point is here. This is a sketch. Then point B of the diameter is saying when x is 5, y is 9. When x is 5, let's just say this is the point. When x is 5, this is just a sketch. Y is 9. Let's say we have 9 here. So we have this as our second point. We have a straight line joining them. This forms the diameter of a circle. It's a straight line. And we've been asked to find the coordinates of the radius. And the radius is in the middle. So we have the radius somewhere here. Now you're working with line graph or straight line coordinate geometry. Now in your head should be all the formulas under linear or straight line coordinate geometry. And in this case, we're looking for the midpoint. The radius is in the middle. So the radius is the midpoint. And to find the coordinates of the radius, which is the midpoint between the two endpoints that form the diameter, we have the formula for midpoint as x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. This formula will help us find the coordinates of the radius, which is the midpoint between points A and B. So for point A, we have the first value as our x1, the second value as our y1. So we have x1 as -1, y1 as 1 or plus 1, which is this. The x comes before the y. Then for the b, which will be our x2 and y2 in this case, we have, let's just write A here, B, we have x2 as 5 and y2 equals 9. We apply the formula to get the coordinates of the radius. We have x1 as -1 plus x2 is 5 over 2, y1 is 1 plus y2 is 9 over 2. That's the coordinates of the radius will be -1 plus 5. This 1 owns this minus, this 5 owns this positive. So it's like you're owing 1 and you're having 5. If you owe 1 and you're having 5, out of the 5 you have, you pay the 1 you owe, you still be having 4. So -1 plus 5 will give you plus 4. Since you're still having, then you have over 2 or since you know the 5 owns the positive, you can write as 5 or plus 5 minus 1, since the 1 owns the negative. So 5 minus 1 will still give you 4 or plus 4. So we have 4 over 2, comma 1 plus 9, that's 10 over 2. The coordinates of the radius, or the x value and the y value of the radius, is 4 divided by 2 will give you 2, comma 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. So the coordinates of the radius is x is 2, y is 5. So this is x is 2, y is 5. So the answer to question A, which is what are the coordinates of the radius of the circle, you open your bracket, you write 2, 5. That's when x is 2, y is 5. That means the coordinates of this point is 2, that's x is 2, y is 5. Hope you understand. Question B says the value of the radius of a circle is dash units. That means the actual value of the radius. If the diameter were to be in centimeters, let's say for example you have 20 centimeters, the radius, which is half of the diameter, will be 20 divided by 2, that's 10. You understand? But in this case, it's on a graph. So you have your answer in units. And to calculate the value of the radius, you need to apply under coordinate geometry or under straight line graph the formula for the distance between 2 points. You can use the coordinates of the diameter to find the length of the diameter and divide your results by 2 to get the actual value of the radius. Or since you have the coordinates of the radius, you can take the coordinates of the radius and the coordinates of any of the 2 points, because the radius is in the middle. So you can take this point, let's say we take this as A and this as B. So to calculate the actual value of R, it can be the distance between point A and point R, or point R and point B. It's still the same result. We'll be using the distance between point A and point R. So we'll use the coordinates of A and coordinates of R to find the actual value of R. Let's write the coordinates down. For A, minus 1, 1, x1, that's A carrying the x1 coordinates or the x1 value, will be minus 1. Then the y1 value, which is in this case the y coordinate or the y value of A, is 1. So we have this as 1. For the coordinates of R, which we just calculated, we have the x coordinate as 2. So we say x2 is 2. Then y2, which is the y coordinate of the radius, is 5. The formula we are applying to get the value of the radius is the formula for the distance between 2 points, using the coordinates of the 2 points. So we have the formula as square root of open bracket y2 minus y1 close bracket square plus in open bracket x2 minus x1 close bracket square. You have to be very careful here, particularly because you have a negative. So we have r equals square root of y2, in this case is 5 in brackets, minus y1 is 1 close bracket square plus x2, in this case is 2, minus, you have to be careful here in particular because students get to make mistakes as regards negative. A lot of students do that. So we have this negative first, then x1 is actually minus 1. So we have minus 1 square. X1 is minus 1. So you have this minus here, then x1 is minus 1. So you have this minus 1 also. The radius equals square root of 5 minus 1 is 4. You have it as 4 square plus, let's leave this still in brackets. You have 2 minus minus 1. When you have two negatives, like in this case, it's the same thing as saying negative times negative. Negative times negative, you should know the rules guiding addition and subtraction. You have like Positive times positive equals positive. Negative times negative equals positive. Negative times positive equals negative. Positive times negative equals negative. It's still the same thing as saying negative negative, as in this case. So we'll take the 2 first. Negative times negative or negative negative, resolving it into 1 or making it 1, you have it as positive. So negative times negative is positive, so you have plus 1, close bracket, square. R equals square root of 4 square. 4 square is 4 times 4, not 4 times 2. 4 times 4 is 16 plus. In the second bracket, you have 2 plus 1, that's 3 square. R equals square root of 16 plus 3 square is 3 times 3, that's 9. R equals square root of 16 plus 9 is 25. R equals square root of 25 is 5. So the value of the radius is 5 units. Therefore, the answer to B, which is the value of the radius of the circle, is 5 units. Hope you understand. This question fits into certain questions you get in this exam, which are not direct, and you have to reason it out to know how to approach it. So first, you need to read, comprehend the question, try and figure out the topic or the topics involved in creating the question, and walk through it while taking into consideration hints that would help you solve the question.